Hey, hopefully you're well. 22, walk number 22. Now, keep in mind that this is not the 22nd time we've done these videos. This is probably the 45th time that we've done these videos because we did a big number of them, about 30 days of them, 20, 30 days of them in a row on Facebook. Okay, so if you missed those, you can go back to Facebook and catch some of them. They were lives. If you're enjoying these, please let us know that. It looked like it paused. I'll say that again. If somebody shared this with you, please let us know. We'd love to know that you're here. Jesus eases John's doubt. So the doubt starts to come out. The doubt starts to come out. When Jesus has finished giving these instructions to his 12, he went out to teach and preach in towns throughout the region. So this is another spot where Matthew, now we moved forward pretty far. We've moved forward to Matthew 11:1. So we've skipped from Matthew 8:5 to Matthew 11. So that's a pretty big jump. Let me know if you think that's a jump in time. We're trying to do this chronologically, and we're hoping that we're not missing anything. So we're doing a chronological walk with Jesus. So thanks for walking with us. Let's see what happens here. And which John is he talking about? John the Baptist, who was in prison, heard about all the things the Messiah was doing. So he sent his disciples to ask Jesus. Now there's an interesting thing right there, is John the Baptist too had disciples. So just keep that in mind for future reference as well. John asks, Jesus, are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or should we be looking for someone else? So here, how crazy does this sound? John the Baptist, who's the cousin of Jesus, older cousin of Jesus, who was prophesied into his mom and dad's life, who prophesied about Jesus for 30 years plus, baptizes Jesus, and then he is now asking, are you really the Messiah? Are you the one we've been waiting for, or is there someone else? Jesus told them, go back to John and tell them what you have heard and seen. The blind see, the lame walk, the leopards are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised to life. And the good news, capital good, capital news, is being preached to the poor. And tell him God blesses those who don't turn away because of me. Boy, if that wasn't a little nugget for John the Baptist, who was about to be beheaded, what would be? And as John's disciples were leaving, Jesus began to talking to crowds. What kind of man did you go into the wilderness to see? Was he a weak weed? Boy, I'm having a hard time with this. Was he a weak reed, swayed by every breath of the wind? Or were you expecting to see a man dressed in expensive clothes? No. People with expensive clothes live in palaces. Were you looking for a prophet? Yes. And he is more than a prophet. Boy, that's a mouthful right there too. John is the man to whom the scriptures refer when they say, look, I am sending my messenger ahead of you, and he will prepare your way before you. So there's a prophecy fulfilled. One of the 70 to 700 prophecies that have been spoken and fulfilled by the coming of Christ himself. I know that's a big number, but I know it's somewhere in there, somewhere. I tell you the truth, of all you have ever lived, none is greater than John the Baptist. Yet even the least person in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he is. And from that time, John the Baptist began preaching until now, the kingdom of heaven has been forcefully advancing. So this is Matthew 11, 1 through 19 again, and we are about to 13. For before John came all the prophets and the law of Moses, looking forward to this present time. And if you're willing to accept what I say, he is Elijah, the one the prophets said would come. Anyone who with ears to hear should listen and understand. To what can I compare this generation? It is like children playing a game in public square. They complain to their friends. We played wedding songs and you didn't dance, so we played funeral songs and you didn't mourn. For John didn't spend his time eating and drinking, and you say he possessed by a demon. The Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks, and you say he's a glutton and a drunkard, and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners, but wisdom is shown to be right by its results. I want to read that again. This could be a revelation right here that we may talk about again in the future. For John didn't spend time eating and drinking, and you say he's possessed by a demon. The Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks, and you say he's a glutton and a drunkard, and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners, but wisdom is shown to be right by its results. So, I challenge you to think about, is this our Bible reference that says, yes, Jesus drank, yes, Jesus ate with sinners, yes, Jesus hung around with sinners, but specifically, did he drink? And let's see maybe what it says below. Matthew 11, 1 through 19, and we were right at 18, 19. Jesus condemned to the attitude of his generation. No matter what he said or did, they took the opposite view. They were cynical and skeptical because he challenged their comfortable, secure, and self-centered lives. Too often we justify our inconsistencies because listening to God may require us to change the way we live. So, trying to see if it goes on or not. 18, 19. Responded. I said I would read it out loud, but I don't think this applies. So anyway, I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to think about and meditate about this. Did Jesus drink? It appears that this might be a piece of it that says he did drink during festive occasions. So on the other hand, feast, the Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks, you say. He's a glutton and a drunkard and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners, but wisdom is shown to be right by its results. I don't know. I'm going to leave that one just hang right there for a while. Walk number 22. It's a good one. Sorry I stumbled a little bit. Evidently my brain's a little tired. Time to go fill up the tank. God bless you. Have a great day. Let me know that you're here. Let me know you're caught up to number 22.